Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. I am indeed WendyY Bailey, and I'm excited that you've tuned in to the show for today. This is a weekday show. I'm here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So wherever you are, be sure that you say hello and let me know that you are here. My goal for creating this web TV show and audio podcast has been to really give you valuable, high value information, content, strategies, tips, and thoughts that I have, insights that I have from my more than 20 years of experience in the coaching industry. And so, Profitable Coaching Conversations is a brand that I've designed to do just that. So, with every episode, whether I have a guest or I'm here by myself teaching you as a bonus episode. That's what I call them. It's all designed to help you elevate your coaching business and support you in growing and scaling your business. Now, I've been doing this web TV show and audio podcast now for roughly about 2 years. Like if I put all the time together, I took a break when I was grieving, but during the time, if I put all of it together, it's probably at about 2 years now. And so I'm thinking that it's time for me to get your feedback. So I'd love for you to visit me on YouTube at Profitable Coaching Conversations. That's where all of the episodes are. You can watch them all. If you prefer to listen, all of the episodes are not there for you to listen yet because my team hasn't uploaded all of the audio episodes. But be sure to watch on Profitable Coaching Conversations and tell me what you think about the show, what you'd like to hear, what insights I can share that will really, really support you. So today's topic is all about how to maximize your performance to grow and scale your coaching business. Now, performance is one of those things that typically organizations look at when they're evaluating an employee. It's what the industry often looks at when they're evaluating organizations. So I thought for the purpose of this episode, when we talk about performance, I want to make sure I give you three distinct areas that you can look at performance in. You can look at performance in your life, and those are metrics. I'm going to give you some of those. You can look at performance in your business. We're going to, again, look at metrics and look at some strategies that will help with that. And then we're going to look at your performance with your clients and how you can measure performance and then maximize it. The thing I want to say before I really jump into it is, when you're thinking about performance, when you're thinking about how you evaluate and maximize your performance, it means you've got to know what the metrics are and you've got to track them. Every first day of every month, I have a 90-minute block on my calendar where I'm literally reviewing and tracking all of the metrics related to my business. Excuse me, some of it is performance as it relates to your website or your social media platforms or responsiveness and things like that, right? But some of it is really tracking it, watching it grow, tweaking, adjusting. That's how you really begin the process of maximizing your performance. So let's talk first about life. I think that's one that sometimes we overlook. But, I'm going to tell you that when you look at your life metrics, so to speak, you can't overlook them. You've got to be very aware of what they are, track them, and always be about the business of improving them. For me, my metrics are things like how much sleep I get every night. My metrics are about how much water I drink, how many steps I take. So all of those are metrics for life for me. You may have some that, allow your Fitbit to monitor for you. Again, how many steps you're taking, when you're working out, how many times a day are you working out? How many times a week are you working out? How many reps are you doing for specific exercises, for your legs, for your waist, for your, all of that becomes part of the metrics that you evaluate. And here's why you want to monitor, especially in life, business, and with your clients, why you want to monitor the metrics is because those metrics are things that you can adjust, you can improve. But the law of attraction, more than anything, law of attraction says what you track grows. So if you're tracking all of your life metrics, like how much you're sleeping a night, how much you're eating, how many steps you're taking, what exercises you're doing, how often you're exercising. Those are just a few metrics. What you're going to see is you're going to make improvements because now you focused on it with great intention. So think of those life metrics in that way. Maybe it is, how many times you're getting out of the house. As coaches, I don't know about you, but the pandemic was something that kind of shut down me going out of the house, and we tend to work in a space where we are working from home most of the time. We can work from anywhere, but sometimes it's being at home. So how often are you going outside of the house? I have a friend who makes a point to get out of the house and do some walking, and so she builds her errands into that. So think about how that's going to serve you, how that's going to help you. And most importantly, of all the things I share today, remember what you track grows. And because you know what you track grows, then you're going to be in a much better position to be able to adjust and tweak and maximize your performance in any of these areas. Okay, so that's life. You may have other metrics, but I want to at least get the juices flowing and kind of prime the pump for you around what your life metrics are. You may have illnesses. You may have potential to avoid illness. So you may be tracking some of your numbers there to get them to come down. What you track grows. The next area I want to talk about is for your business. And let me say this about business and the metrics that you track in business. If you're in a situation where you don't know your numbers, if you don't know some very crucial financial metrics, it's going to feel like you're stumbling and stammering all the time in your business. And by no means are these in priority order, but you need to track your sales. You need to track your conversion rates, like when you're having those discovery calls, how many are you having? And based on those numbers, how many are you converting and what those numbers look like? What are people buying mostly when they come to your website? What are they enrolling in when you offer a program? You got to look at website metrics, what kind of traffic you're getting, where your traffic is coming from. Then you know where you need to increase your marketing or visibility. You need to track your social media followers so that you know what kind of engagement you're getting there. You also want to track your email marketing. How many people are subscribing to your email list? Is your email list growing? When are people responsive? What's the open rate for your emails? I could go on and on and on. But the thing I want you to understand is you've got to know your numbers. You've got to know your numbers. One of my colleagues, Lori Granita, says it's not magic, it's math. So think of that when you are looking at maximizing your performance in business. The other thing that I pay attention to, because I live stream so regularly, I'll look to see how many views my video is getting. Not necessarily who's with me live, but who's actually viewing the video and how long of a span are they watching the video. And I learned over time that people aren't going to watch a video that's an hour long necessarily. People want chunks of content. They want small form video. And so I try to create this as a 20 to 30 minute video. And then, my team actually chunks it out and creates some short form video. They're in the process of doing that now. But the point is, when you are tracking your numbers, when you understand that it is math, not magic, when you're looking at what's performing in the way of the assets you have in the bill in your business, then what's going to happen is what kind of tweaks and adjustments to make to improve your performance and maximize the performance your business is doing in the marketplace. All of that, right? It's important for you to connect with those numbers, understand what they mean so that you can make the necessary adjustments to improve those numbers. And let me say something about these two things in particular. Your business metrics and your life metrics are connected. And the reason I say that is because you can't have a business if you're not tracking the metrics of life, right? You've got to track your health, your wealth. You've got to track everything so that you understand your ability and your capability to serve your clients in business. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is your performance with your clients. One of the things that I ask at the end of almost every one-on-one coaching session I offer is, what's your big takeaway? That gives me insight into what the client has really benefited from. Then I follow up after that and I find out from the client what they had to say, how what they've implemented is working for them. And that gives me another layer of information about the effectiveness of my coaching, right? I ask for testimonials if it's good. I give them opportunities if it's questionable. That doesn't happen a lot. It rarely happens. But I want to make sure you guys understand that how you serve your clients and the metrics that you follow, the benchmarks, the bookmarks that you look at, will really help you as you move forward in your performance. When I think I had been in my coaching business for about 4 years, and I was pursuing a designation that they don't even offer anymore. It's called the Certified Experienced Coach Program. It came originally from Coach U, or Coach University is what it was called back then. And you were supposed to have one-on-one coaching sessions with, I want to say it was 100 people in 18 months, and then you would earn the designation. But the critical part of that was the mentor coach that conducted that program. She was actually getting feedback via survey that the clients would complete once they had the session was over, to give her feedback on how well I was coaching, what they liked, what they didn't like. I got to see the survey results as well. So it served as a barometer. It served as a benchmark for me to know what I was doing well, and where I need to work on some areas. Whatever you're doing for your clients, you need to monitor and measure it so that you're clear, you're getting their input on your success, on your abilities, on your capabilities. I always love to go back and ask, even if it's feedback, constructive feedback that will help me to grow better as a coach, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. I want that feedback, and I want you to know the value of that as well, right? Be sure that you're using evaluation tools. If you're doing a webinar, make sure you have a feedback form or an evaluation form. I literally created a jot form. You can do Google Forms, whatever works best for you, where I ask people what they liked, what they didn't like about webinars or master classes. It gives me great insight. And if they're so willing to, they also provide me with a testimonial. Okay. So think about those kind of things. One of the things I also want to mention, I mentioned it, part of this with business, but I want to connect business with your clients. Part of what you're doing in the marketplace is you're adding value, right? In everything that you do. If you're doing a live video, if you're doing a recorded video, if you are sharing social media posts, your goal for all of that is value, right? You want to give people value. It's also you giving a glimpse into what your thoughts are, what your insights are, how you coach, what you think, your thought leadership. All of that is part of the under the umbrella of value, right? So when you think of all of those things that you're giving, all of those things that you're doing, be sure that you're taking stock in the feedback that comes with it. Because when you recognize the feedback that comes with it, then you can maximize your performance. You can tweak, you can get better, you can adjust, all of that good stuff. If you're just popping on, hello, glad you're here. So happy that you tuned in. If you're joining and you're watching the replay, be sure that you type hashtag replay to let me know that you were here. I go back on all of the platforms to say hello to you personally, but I also want you to know that if you have questions, I also go through and I answer those questions you have as well. As a reminder, I'm live streaming on YouTube, my WendyY Bailey channel, Profitable Coaching Conversations channel. On LinkedIn, I'm also broadcasting on my LinkedIn profile, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, and 2 Facebook groups. All of this content I've been sharing is part of a masterclass series I have coming up. It's called Coach Elevation Blueprint, and you can find more about it and sign up at elevatewithwendy.com. That's elevatewithwendy.com. So, as I was planning this content and preparing this content to really bring to you these nuggets around how to maximize your performance, the things that kept falling into my mind were words like milestones and benchmarks. when you kind of set a standard of how you want to show up in your life, in your business, and with clients, then you have clear benchmarks that you want to master. One of the areas that I work with my clients on is what I call predictable coaching income. It's where we look at the value of what they offer and we set fees. I challenge them to set higher fees for their high value coaching programs. And when we do that, we talk about benchmarks. Benchmarks are really standards that you set for yourself, right? You know that at a certain level, it represents excellence. At a certain level, it represents, satisfactory. At a certain level, it's not satisfactory. So you need to identify what those things are within your business and within your pricing structure so that you can get to predictable coaching income. The milestones are related to your goals, your accomplishments. So if you set goals, you want to know when you're moving toward that goal, and the milestones will identify that for you. So I've been talking about how to maximize your performance. I hope this has been really, really good for you in terms of the value of the content. Next week, I'm coming to you, and I just want to make sure I see what I'm talking about. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how to expand your influence, how to play a bigger game in your coaching business, high ticket enrollment for coaches. And then I'm going to share with you the myths and the truths about high ticket enrollment for coaches. So we got a full week next week. I look forward to seeing you Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the platform that you're watching me on. But if you miss anything, you can go to profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's my private Facebook group. And you can see what I'm sharing every single day, Monday through Friday, there, because the videos are saved there for sure. So thanks everybody for watching. Again, if you're catching the replay, be sure to hit replay and let me know. And remember to sign up for the masterclass. It's coming up soon, and I look forward to serving you. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.